paranormal is all around us. You just have to recognize it. My name is Jeffrey Price. I'm one of the lead investigators with Michiana Paranormal Investigations. I have been a police officer in northern Indiana since 2007. In 2012, myself and one of our former police dispatchers, Liz Brownbridge, discovered that we had one common interest, and that was the paranormal. We decided to form a local paranormal group in north central Indiana that could help clients that were reporting claims of paranormal activity. Since 2012, our group has grown to over 15 members and includes senior investigators, historians, investigators with various experience, psychics, and video and audio technicians. Since we started, our team has traveled around the area in search of some of the most haunted locations with the same goal in mind on every investigation: helping people. In 2015, our team started conducting paranormal workshops and presentations, teaching the community on how to use and understand equipment and various techniques. Join us every week as we showcase some of our investigations, demonstrate equipment, talk with experts in the field of paranormal science, and go on location to show you some unique and potentially paranormal hotspots. We are Michiana Paranormal Investigations, and this is Haunted Michiana.
Well, hello there. Welcome. My name is Jeff Price, and welcome to Haunted Michiana, featuring Michiana Paranormal Investigations. This project has been in works for a few years now, so it's great to actually see you guys tuning in and watching our very first episode. What's going to happen with our on-live location series here is we are at the WNIT studios in downtown South Bend. Every now and then, we're going to be conducting a couple live shows like this. We're going to bring in some guest speakers. We're going to speak with other people who, in the paranormal field, have experiences, other groups, people that have an interest in the paranormal, and we're going to bring them to you here live on the show. We're also going to be conducting demonstrations on some of the equipment that we use, and also just kind of give you a good insight into paranormal investigations. Whether you believe or you don't believe, or you're a skeptic or ever not a skeptic, this is a great outlet for you to kind of really understand what there is with the paranormal. A lot of people think that when they think a building is haunted, they may think it's a ghost, and there's a lot of different beliefs with that. And the one thing that's unique about our group is that we, as a collaborative team, have a lot of different backgrounds. We have people that believe in this, believe in that, that don't believe, that do believe. And as a group, what we'll do is we'll get together and we'll say, hey, I think this is what think this is what's going on. I think that this is what's going on. And as a team, we'll come together and try to find an answer for a client or someone that brings us into their home, residence, or commercial property that is experiencing paranormal activity. And paranormal activity, that can be anything from a light flickering to a noise where you hear a door slamming, you hear footsteps, anything like that. And over the years, the whole paranormal field has gotten very, very involved. And we're definitely looking forward to showcasing various things here in the South Bend, Mishawaka area that have a great reputation of being haunted or just plain interesting. Some of our other shows, we're going to be going on location. We're actually going to be going to cemeteries, residences, places of interest where people have reported claims of paranormal activity. And what our group is going to do through this TV show is we're going to show you the hot spots. And we're going to let you, the viewer, decide if you think it's haunted, if you think there's anything going on, or just kind of what to expect. Our first segment, what we're going to do, we have actually Liz Brownbridge and Rob Wisniewski from our group who are going to be speaking with one of our local paranormal groups. Rob, Liz?
Thanks, Jeff. My name is Liz Brownbridge. I'm one of the co-founder lead investigators for Michiana Paranormal.
And I'm Rob Wisniewski. I'm a senior investigator and historian for Michiana Paranormal. Today we have with us Craig and Pat from Miami County Paranormal Society, and we're just going to chit-chat with them a little bit. Guys, welcome. You're both the co-founders and starters. Could you introduce the rest of the gentlemen you have behind you?
Yes, first of all, thank you for having us on your very first episode. We really appreciate that.
Glad you guys could make it.
Yeah, I'm glad you could make it.
This is, of course, Patrick, as you said. And back here we have...
I'm Mike Sharp,
I'm Mike.
And I'm Wayne Savatner.
Wayne.
And I'm Gary Campbell.
Gary. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and tell us kind of how you got your start, why you decided to get into it, kind of what year, how long you've been doing it. Let's start with that.
Okay. I've been interested in the paranormal for most of my life. I got into a group around 2000 and went through that group for a little while, and then I found another group that was closer by my location.
And I'm sorry, you guys are in Peru, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We are in Peru,
Okay.
Indiana, Miami County Paranormal, so in Miami County. We're originally from South Bend, but based out of Peru, Indiana. Excuse me. And about 2004, we decided to go out on our own and do a little bit of investigating of ourselves.
And we started the group around 2006.
About 2006, we
Wow.
created the Facebook
Been
account,
at-
and we
been
just
at it
started.
a while. Wow.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
been together for 10 years.
We've done
Wow.
quite a few investigations. There's a lot of activity around Peru. We've done around about 20 houses within Peru itself. Well, about 15 houses inside Peru. We've done 3 or 4 businesses inside Peru. We've done a couple in Kokomo down there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Howard County, and it's been pretty interesting. We've had a lot of experiences. I've had a lot myself. We do public investigations where we take a group of just public people out there, whoever wants to go with us.
You have one coming up, correct?
Yes, this Saturday we're planning on having one, and we're going out to a place known as Okefenokee. It's in Mississinewa Reservoir there, and that's a place where they found 8 skeletons in the circle down at the base of it.
Wow.
Not sure what they are. I don't think they've ever actually identified them. One of the rumors is they're Indians from the War of 1812 that got massacred there. There's a couple other, little girl. There's supposed to be a little girl out there.
Yeah, I think you've talking back and forth to her occasionally.
Right, Stephanie is is supposedly her name. We've taken flashlights out there and did some torching. Our K2 meter went out when we went out there and talked to her. One time I was down by the river there, and I started talking, and she seemed to be activating the K2. And when I decided to move up the hill a little bit, I held the K2 down at my side as about the height of a little child. And I said, "Stephanie, you're welcome to come with me if you like." And so as I continued up the path, she seemed to follow until it got to a certain point, and then she stopped and didn't follow me anymore.
Wow.
We've had a lot of activity out there in
Yeah,
Okefenokee.
sounds like it. Well, just for anybody that doesn't really know what a K2 is, it's just an magnetic field or electrical field reader. It gives it in degrees. So maybe not anybody is really familiar with the Okie knows that there's really not any electricity out there, anything to be picking up. So that's actually quite something. So what about the rest of your boys? When did they join the fold and get started?
Why don't you take over?
Well, I started with a group up here in South Bend, and I ended up moving down to Peru, and you know the rest of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been interested in the paranormal for almost my life as well.
Wow.
But seriously got started in around 2004 and 6.
Did you guys have any personal experiences growing up that got you interested into the paranormal?
No, I had one when I was a kid. Scared the heck out of me. I saw some red eyes outside the bathroom window one night, and it might not have been anything. It might just been a reflection. I don't know, but so I don't really know if that was paranormal or not.
What
but-
about shows when you were growing up? Creature Feature? And
Oh, we used to watch
all
that
of those
stuff all the time. Yeah,
good shows, yeah.
really good shows. And I'll hand it off to Mike here.
Okay, I've been with them about 2.5 years now, I believe. I like to use my infrared camera imaging, a thermal imaging camera. FLIR E5 is what I use. It doesn't do movies, but it does the still images. And I've caught some interesting stuff. Seen a lot more than what I've actually caught, though, through the thing, which, you know, it is kind of hard to prove one way or the other on that. I think one of the things that I liked, I enjoyed as a kid, you was talking about in movies and stuff, those Ghostbusters weapons that they had to catch
Those are
those
pretty
things.
cool.
I want to make something like that so bad. I think that'd be the coolest thing in the world to have something like that. But, you know, actually catch one. Of course, you know, finding it first is they're not near as popular.
I like your
around
car.
as they were in that movie. Thank God.
Wayne?
How you doing? I'm Wayne. Thanks again for having us on your show.
Yeah. Thanks for
You were
coming.
talking about earlier in the military. I'm in the military, security police, you know.
Okay.
and we like roaming around areas. My first experience that really got me kind of going on this is I used to work out in a weapons storage area, which used to be nukes, and back where they had World War II, where they had Army patrol. We've had incidents where you see a cloud coming across the fence line. Well, we have 3 fences. The middle one is a high voltage 25,000 volt fence, and the other ones are censored. And well, we had a alarm went off in certain sections of the fence line. So we went out there just casually thinking maybe it's, you know, some sort of animal or something brushing up against it. We seen this cloud mist going across it. The alarm would reset, and then it would go back through again, and an alarm would go off again.
Wow.
Huh.
And the same night, we have what used to be towers where you could go up there and watch the perimeter. And they've been abandoned, and there's a phone that's supposedly up there that doesn't work. Well, we got a call that somebody's up there playing pranks in one of the towers because there's a glowing red light up there. So me being a young troop, I would go up there, be nothing there. No, nothing. And it was still glowing when I got there. Then when I got up there was nothing there, and the phone was ringing. And the
Did it
phone
scare
that's
ya?
not supposed to work.
Wow.
So-
Interesting.
Got a hold of Craig here on Facebook, and I said, you know, I want to be part of this. And I've only been with the paranormal in Miami County there for about almost a year, and I've been interested ever since, and hopefully get some answers on what's going on.
Nice.
Hi guys, like I said, thanks for having us up here again. You know, I've been with the group about a little bit over 3 years now. I got involved with them when I kind of semi-retired from working on automobiles. My wife told me to go find something to do. So I found Craig's post one day on Facebook, and we met up with a meet, and I was like, yeah, you know, I really wasn't a believer in, you know, this. Let's go find something to do. Well, some of the stuff that I've called on the voice recorder, you know, especially by myself. You know,
yeah.
they send me off by myself sometimes, and I've caught some interesting stuff that makes me a believer, you know. There's stuff out there you can't explain. You know, that's what we're here for.
Yep.
You know, try to
Yeah.
explain this to people, what's going on. Like I said, Okefenokee is an awesome spot. You know, the Circus Hall of Fame there.
Circus
in-
Hall of Fame, yeah.
and there
that's
in
a
Miami
great-
County
that's a
is a
great
really,
place.
really neat place. You know, it just kind of opened my eyes to a broader world of what's out there, you know. What exactly is a paranormal? Something's not explained, you know.
Right.
You know, coming from somebody who fixes things for a living, you know, being an auto mechanic, and, you know, you get out there and you just can't put your finger on what it is. And it's real interesting. Especially you don't hear it until you go back and play the
Oh,
voice
yeah.
recorder back.
Yep.
Yep.
Or you look at the film, you know, and every time we'd get something with voice recorder, I'd give it to Craig and he'd go download it. You know, it just seemed like some real interesting stuff that I didn't even hear that he caught on his computer and give back to us. And I was like, wow, I'd sit at home with my headphones, my voice recorder every night for hours listening to it, you know, trying to catch something and mark it down. You know, it's a really good feeling, you know, when you go out there and you catch something like that and try to explain it to a person.
Yeah.
You know, that they
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is trying to explain it to people. I mean, like you've said, I have caught some stuff, and I'm a skeptic. Okay, I really am, but I have caught some stuff on audio that I really couldn't believe, and I don't even know where it came from, and that's kind of what drives me and keeps me going. So.
Yeah, one of the most interesting things that we caught on tape was if anyone knows where Atlanta, Indiana is, there's a Rhodes Hotel there.
The
Yeah.
Rhodes Hotel, yeah.
Rhodes Hotel. Pat, I, and Julie, his wife, was up in the Red Room there. And I was just setting things up. I just turned on the voice recorder, and I started doing my explanation of what I'm doing. And suddenly we heard, I think I heard somebody singing, and you heard music?
Yeah.
Wow.
From somewhere. And it was just very faint, but we all three heard it. Well, there's a piano downstairs, and I thought, well, maybe somebody was playing with it. So we all jumped up, and I ran to the stairs and yelled downstairs, "Hey, is anybody playing with the piano?" And nobody was playing with it. Everybody was in our little safe room where they gathered. And this was around 2:00 in the morning. We looked outside to see if anybody was outside messing around, and nobody was there. But it's definitely there, and you can definitely hear either a piano or somebody singing a couple tunes, and that's
Wow.
probably the most interesting thing
Wow.
that I've caught.
Yeah, that's a famous place, and a lot of people heard of it. A lot of people have been there. Fortunately, I don't think I've been there.
I haven't been there yet.
But that is on our to-do list. So
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. If you get a chance to go, that's a great place to go. In the Circus Hall of Fame, I found out that they are definitely keeping it open for paranormal investigations
Awesome.
That's great news.
this year.
That's
So
great news.
if your group is ready to go, we'll contact them and get into it.
that can make for another good episode. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got a lot of good stuff there. I wanted to ask you, when you guys are listening to the EVPs, for me, it's a spirit is standing right next to you and is responding to what you're saying. And you think, you go back and listen to it and you realize they were standing right next to me. For me, that is the most fascinating thing about doing the EVPs.
And a little spooky,
Yeah, it can get spooky.
Yeah.
especially when you know you're in the dark and somebody's standing right next to you,
And it's not a
and
team member.
and it's not a team member, or you get touched and it's not a team member.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, because in the Circus Hall of Fame, we've had a couple experiences. When you were down there, our K2 meters, we had them on the ground, and they were both activating.
Three of them, I think.
There was
or-
3
that's
K2
right, that's
meters
correct.
going.
We had
yeah.
3 of them, and they were all
And your
all working.
flashlights.
Mm-hmm. And the
So it was
flashlights.
very active back in the hallway there. That was really neat. And then we had one of our other group members get touched. Thought it was her husband behind her.
Wow.
And she looked, and he was about 10 feet behind her.
Wow.
So that's a pretty active area.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we look forward to going back. That's
yeah,
for sure.
That's definitely a place where we want to go again, and maybe a few more times. So
Yeah.
And then another active area is Tillot's Cemetery, which is just off of 24 down in Peru. I've had a couple experiences out there. The first one, the most interesting one that I had, is took a public group out there with me, and I was setting up my flashlights and my stuff on this one tombstone, and I was doing my explanation as I normally do, and I felt a tug on my jacket. And it was a tug. It wasn't just something hitting it. It was an actual tug on the back of my jacket. I thought it was one of the people in the group that was trying to get a hold of us. And I looked, and they were like 10 behind.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, I think that's going to do it for us for now. We want to really thank you guys again for coming out. This was a great time. Hopefully we can
Thanks
do
for
this
having
again.
us. Appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Well, of course, we want to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in to our very first episode of Haunted Michiana. We just want to make sure that we want to give some thanks out to Public Access Michiana, who provided the time and the equipment to host the show tonight. Also, we want to give a big thank you to WNIT for hosting us. We want to give a special thanks to Miami County for coming out today to share their experiences and their stories with us. Also, make sure that we do have a great social media set. Make sure you stay tuned with us on our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube page, where we are going to regularly update with new photos, videos, and a bunch of new stuff. So make sure you stay tuned. Well, that will be it for our first episode here of Haunted Michiana. Again, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to come out and visit with us, and we'll see you again on the next episode.
Michiana Paranormal Investigations. Michiana Michiana